Greetings, my beloved. Hello, it's Dr. Amanda Noelle. Today we are going to heal the Yoni and awaken the sacred chalice with Aphrodite. So welcome to Aphrodite Awakening. We have lots on the agenda today. We are going to invoke Aphrodite's energy with these amazing chocolates from Curacao Confections. They are paleo, vegan, organic, and just incredibly delicious. We'll also do a smudging, a clearing of the womb space to create alchemy in that womb area so that we can release the past, the persecution of the feminine, the patriarchy, and we can create new healthy womb codes that will align with your twin flame, that most of all will align with your divine feminine and divine masculine energy and allow you to feel safe and orgasmic and sexy and receptive to all the things that you'd like to manifest. We're also going to do a goddess guidance reading, and I will be channeling through Aphrodite, the goddess of love. And let's start with an anointment of rose oil. So just imagine that you are receiving this drop of rose oil if you would like. The rose represents the sacred chalice, the sacred feminine. It represents the flower of life, the sacred geometry. That is the circle, the feminine, the Vesica Pisces, and it represents the Yoni. The rose also represents Mary Magdalene, the sacred bride, mother, and wife. The mother not of the immaculate conception from the light, but the mother who is immaculately conceiving from the light and from her primal mammalian origins as a human being. And the rose represents in 3D, in earth time, the beauty, the perfection, the pricks of the rose, the asymmetry. No rose is perfectly symmetrical like a flower of life. Just like our yonis, we have so many expectations growing up in a society where plastic surgery is becoming so common that even large portions of young women are opting in for vaginal reconstructive surgeries that absolutely do not need it. We are all so beautiful. So sending this love into the feminine field through all of us, through YouTube, through the hologram, through the digital codes, and however we're connecting right now. We don't even really know how we're connecting. It's through devices, it's through our ear devices, but it's freaking magical. So I'm sending you, sister or brother, this rose energy to heal your womb space. And yes, men have haras, which is similar to a womb. So if you're born without a womb, but you really feel that energy, I welcome you to be here and do this womb healing on your line as well. And let's just go ahead and clear and ground. If you feel like receiving the energy clearing that's coming through me, you're so welcome. You don't have to. It's always important to ask for permission. So I'm asking permission to yourself. You'd like this clearing and healing, bringing in the energy of Aphrodite and the rose. Awesome. So I'm going to light this magical sage here, and we will go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Into the womb space. Calling in the energy of Kali to cancel out any old codes, anything that no longer serves in the womb space, in the Yoni, in the psyche, the aura, the past lives, the future lives, the bloodline, and the light line. We call in the energy of Aphrodite in all of her 12 archetypes. We allow Aphrodite to serve us as a mirror of our holy flame of the feminine love. The pink color of the rose rises through your aura, canceling out and clearing out and replenishing, alchemizing any stuck energy that doesn't align with the healing that's about to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring in a little bit of pleasure, which brings in Aphrodite's energy into my body. And then I'm going to pick a goddess guidance card, and then I'm going to channel on the particular topic of healing the sacred feminine womb space, the sacred chalice with Aphrodite's energy, and see what comes. All right. So we have a box of chocolates, and as the quote from Forrest Gump says, life is like a box of chocolates, and you never know what you're gonna get. Unless, of course, you're really smart like me with chocolate. And you know that inside this Curacao chocolate, or Curacao, chocolate is the brand, is a rose truffle. And it's paleo, vegan, gluten-free. It is good for me. And so I send this chocolate activation through you to Aphrodite. Oh my goodness. Oh my goddess. Oh my goddess. Oh my goddess. Oh my goddess. Oh my gosh. It is so fresh and so creamy. Probably shouldn't talk my mouth open. Wasn't it funny? Isn't it funny how chocolate is the exact same color and even kind of texture as another brown thing? I just think it's interesting how the universe works. All right, goddess. So we have our oracle cards here. Love you, Doreen Virtue. Love you, Louise Hay, who is on the other side. We call in Aphrodite through the rose, through the cacao, through the bliss that's pulsing through my body, through the hearts of each woman and soul family member here on this call. I know I call it call, but video live stream, but the call to you, Aphrodite. So the way that I pick a card with Aphrodite's energy is Chinese medicine. We know that there's 5 hearts, one here, one in the other palm, and then 2 in the palms of the feet. Not that there's a real term for palm of the feet, but it's in that area where it would be. And what I visualize is this pulsating love coming out from my heart to my hands. And you want to really feel it. Amor vincit omnia, amor vincit omnia, amor vincit omnia. Love heals all. And you feel that love bursting through your arms, out through your palms. Up through the spine even is where it came. Okay, so we've got 3 cards from Aphrodite, and I'll show them to you. And the first one is Mawu, and Mawu is Mother Earth. Welcome, Mawu. The second one is Ain, Leap of Faith. And the third one is Arakura, and she's blossoming. So I'm going to place these out here, and I'm going to let you take one last look at these. Hopefully you can see them. And I'm getting guidance that I didn't really pick them in any order, but I'm getting the guidance to put them like this. So I'm going to put them like this. Don't you love crystal balls? I got this at the crystal shop the other day. It just spoke to me. So I guess I'm going to use this to see as I channel. I'm getting guidance to play. All right, Aphrodite. Whoa, she's powerful. She is getting in there. She likes the chocolate too. All right. Alrighty, Aphrodite, almighty Aphrodite, please take over my vessel wherever it's in service to all humanity and this planet. First, let me introduce myself. I am Aphrodite, and I am high and mighty. I am in the higher realms. I am not separate from you. I am of you, and you are of me. Without each other, we would not exist. We need each other. We need each other to heal our mother, the feminine cycle of the mother. Aphrodite, I represents very much the aspect of the divine mother. However, without the mother, there is not the child, and without the child, we cannot have the next generation of mothers. So Aphrodite in the concept is inclusive of parenting, of maternal contribution, and of creation in general. We will talk about this concept of creation, for it is significant for those of you on earth right now. I, Aphrodite, represent creation in its purest form, creation coming from the beginning, creation coming from the central spark. Many of you on earth are creating from fear. You're creating from a place that is not clear. You create from a space of knowing. And so many of you will start to waver and go into that place of what if, what if, what if. And it throws off this central place, because truly nothing can be created but from the center. And some of you know that you're creating from fear. And so it's important to come back to a space that is greater than fear. And what is greater than fear? We always come back to love. The problem is some of you have gone out on missions coming from love, from home, from heart, and you've gone out and you've traveled different universes, dated different men, dated different false twin flames, karmic soulmates, all these different experiences in all different lifetimes. You have experienced all kinds of lessons and growth. And now you're coming back home at the 2012 shift. You have arrived, you have aligned, you've come back into the heart space, and you feel the debris, you feel the shrapnel of the wars that you've been through. And now, how do we return home if home is no longer here? Because we are no longer here, because we are caught up in fear. We are in our past of those wars, those traumas, those devastating floods, famines, fires. We simply come back home. We push through it. This is my answer to you, my beloved. Stop waiting. Stop waiting to find home. Come into the home where you're at. Anchor and ground into the spaces you're in right now, into the home you're in right now, into the heart, the body you're in right now. I know it feels uncomfortable sometimes. I know it feels a little clammy and clouded and kind of creaky. This earth is old and a little reeky. However, when you channel your wisdom, your light in through these sacred portals, such as your home, your womb, your heart, your blissness, your twin flame union, that's when the fear gets burnt off. Our mistakes as human. Your mistakes. For Aphrodite is not human on certain levels. She wants you to know, this is Amanda channeling through, she wants you to know that she on a certain level is not human, and she has these levels and lessons to teach you, certain levels of mastery she's reached. However, because she's in all of us, she too is saying, I have made this mistake, because she has gone through the process with us. So she wants you to know there's no separation when she says you. Thank you. So you humans, we humans have interrupted our heartbeats. We have clogged the system. We have corrupted society. We have created all of these incredible puzzles to solve, these conundrums. And they are fully solvable when we come through with love. And the fastest way to heal these places is through twin flame love. And it starts by women watering up their wombs, cleansing these spaces out, watering literally by placing water over the womb, doing water healing ceremonies, that which Amanda is incredibly capable of doing. She has not done enough of these ceremonies. Thank you, Aphrodite. Duly noted. There are particular waters and streams and sacred sites, portals that contain my energy at the purest form. Yes, Cyprus, Greece is one of the places where Aphrodite's bath is the mythical site where I, Aphrodite, would go and take my virginal bath in the springtime. However, there are many, many, many sites around the world. In fact, there are likely sites available to each of you that are holding an Aphrodite energy, and if not, they hold the potential for an Aphrodite energy. So there are places such as springs, rivers, oceans, lakes, underground aquifers that hold the energy of Aphrodite. Why is this? Well, Aphrodite represents the womb, the moon, the water, the feminine. And Isis am I Aphrodite. They're the same. And Isis, goddess of the moon, really understood this concept and isolated my codes in through her rituals. So practicing ancient lineage of Isis rituals at the new moon and really bringing women together around the theme of water is incredibly important. Your spa centers would be an important, powerful place to gather during the time of the new moon. Water holes, swimming holes, things like that. Oceans. Taking baths during the new moon in sisterhood as well as individuals. There has been a block in this womb space that has impeded women from coming together in sisterhood. And this is a message not only for all of you, it's been impacting Amanda. There is a dark energy that has been trying to interrupt sisters from coming together, and it shows up in the way that you feel shame, you feel not good enough, you feel not loved enough, you feel not able to attract your sisters, or you're attracting the wrong sisters, the ones that really aren't there for you, or you're attracting something that's not in alignment. Why is this, you ask? I, Aphrodite, must align within myself first before going out and meeting the sisters. There is an eagerness, a deficit in the sisterhood. So those of you Christed ones, those of you who are holding the light and love of the feminine and the masculine, you remember very much the circle. You remember the priestess ceremonies that happened. You remember the closeness, the love, the caressing, the compassion, the honoring of the feminine in each other as sisters. And you grew up in a world where this was not reflected in the 3D reality, and it was quite painful for you. It was hurting to your heart, to your skin, not being able to be touched. Your feet were never anointed with essential oils. As a child, you longed for this deep connection, and you had it for but a brief period, expressed through the relationship with mother. And then it was broken, and then there was nothing but unwanted male attention for many, many years for many of you. And that male attention became your first sexual initiation rite, and that womb space was not prepared properly through those anointments, those initiation rituals, the mystery schools of Atlantis, these ancient times and hyperdimensional times beyond time and space. These have not been accessed in your 3D reality, and there's been a purpose behind this. It has been so that you can align within yourself. And that longing for the circle is natural. However, what happened is that longing for the circle, which is very, very natural, just like the longing for the mother is very natural for those of you who didn't get motherly affection and bonding, or had improper separation processes, as so many of you have, because that's what happened with the separation of the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the inculcation of the patriarchy in through society around 5,000 years ago. So this longing for sisterhood then creates a shame cycle, because that longing creates desperation, it creates scarcity, and that pulls in either sisters who are that persecution type of energy, or it pulls in sisters who aren't in alignment, or those sisters are lonely and they've been heartbroken. There's been a lot of distortions, and these distortions occur and a woman feels, I'm not good enough. Where are my sisters? What's wrong with me? So, Aphrodite wisdom. The advice I offer to you is to allow your feelings, your loneliness, your isolation, your excitement, your desperation, your pride, all of it to be, and to align with that first within yourself. And become so comfortable within yourself. Become so blissful and beautiful in the mirror of your own eyes, and see how gorgeous you are as the nude and raw being that you are. And when you look in the mirror, you will see yourself and you'll say, I am fat, I am thin, I am hairy, I am this, I am that. Your human mind will take over. It has been programmed by dark force consciousness. It has been in the dark matrix for many, many lifetimes, and it's gotten much worse, especially around the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, when many of you were born, or you were born after this. This darkness is meant to be cleared. And the reason the darkness is showing up is so we can look at it. Our souls are choosing to clear this perfectionism, the self-hatred, the hatred of the feminine, the hatred of fat, the hatred of birthed bodies, bodies that have birthed children, mothers that have breasts that aren't like Victoria's Secret bras. You're here to look at yourselves. You're here to look at yourself and see the pain, see the shame, and not slice it off, not change it, but to love it, to celebrate it, to shake it, to sway it, to work with it, and to transmute that shame into orgasmic frequency, tantric bliss. Higher dimensional energies cannot be accessed unless we have a lower dimensional energy to use as fuel. Higher dimensional energies cannot be accessed unless we have lower dimensional energies to be used as fuel. It is like a log that lights the flame. You must have that log. And it starts with the kindling. It's the same thing. Your spark, your excitement to heal yourself. You must approach this with the spark to heal, that kindling, and then you must have that log, that deep pain, which Amanda calls the sacred wound. And that sacred wound is what you're here to heal today. It's a wound in the feminine. It's a split not only in the chakras, that is right around the heart, it's also a split at the gate of the womb, right before the cervix ends and the womb begins, the mouth of the womb. There's a separation, disconnect. And this is also connected in through the galaxy, where many souls are reincarnating, these young souls, these, shall we say, old souls and baby beings are having a hard time reincarnating because there is a split between the fourth and the fifth chakras, cut at the fourth, and the lower chakras as well. There's a split at the fourth. Simply by presencing your attention to the very, very center of your womb and connecting that to the very, very, very center of your heart, and connecting that to the very, very center of Aphrodite. And we are now ready to complete with a rose essential oil healing, connecting the heart and the womb. The heart is what heals all. When we get lost, come back to the heart. The womb is a powerful place to create, but if we're creating from pain, our creations reflect the pain. So we've been living in a universal world where there's been a lot of pain created. So we want to go back to the creator. We want to go back to the womb, coming from the heart, the unscathed, pure energy. And that is truly where the water is created. It's not from the womb, it's from the heart. The heart is what creates fire and water, light and love. So Aphrodite comes through my hands. She does a womb healing on your womb, if you'd like. And placing a pink heart, if you like, a symbol of a pink heart representing the twin flames and representing the seed and the egg coming together at the heart. And shining this down into your womb. And down into the womb of Gaia. And out into the womb of creation. It may take time to remember the whole story, for the records have been destroyed. However, the records are inside of us and they are indestructible. Indestructible. Inside of us. Recalling the membrane, the memory, mem or water spirit. In Hebrew, mem or water spirit. Recording and remembering the water spirit of Aphrodite. We thank you. Wow, thank you so much. Whew, I am just humbled by that energy. And before I end, I just wanted to share this beautiful painting. Well, of course, this isn't a painting. This is a print of a painting that I got in Florence, Italy when I was 20 years old. And I've carried it with me. It's an old frame from my mother, who comes from the line of Aphrodite, even though she doesn't know that. But I just love the energy of the Yoni, the shell, and just love this painting. It's been with me every place I've gone, from Bali to Australia to, actually no, it wasn't in Australia, I didn't have it yet. Bali to Italy to China to so many places I've gone. And it's with you now. This journey of Aphrodite, may it begin or deepen within you. She is within you, as she said. And I encourage you to be very kind and caring to yourself. You may feel just a subtle shift. Take your time to drink some tea. I recommend having some rose petal or lavender tea, or even just simple chamomile tea or herbal tea with hot water. And finally, this was my first time channeling Aphrodite, and my biggest support has been Jack in this journey. He's been my best friend and cheerleader, and saying, why don't you do channelings? And I was like, you know what, I think I'm ready. And who do I channel? Aphrodite. It's who comes to me every time. So please comment and like to support this channel, because it has been a journey to come out of this hiding. And look at me, I was born this way. I used to wear butterfly dresses in first, second grade. And then I went into trying to hide who I was. So if you are ready to come out of your hiding, thank you so much for joining me. Subscribe so you can get the next video. Coming out with videos every single day. And it is such an honor to be here of service to you, to your beautiful womb and heart and spirit. Love and light. Namaste. Namaste.